Hey, good morning, everyone. Real quick, I just wanted to say something. I was watching this video on YouTube yesterday, and it's funny, but this guy, I guess you can say for the most part, he's a false prophet. Because some people, I can understand if you don't know something and you're trying to understand and you say something wrong, then you have people who know the truth and speak the truth. Then you have some people who know the truth, but they intentionally speak what they want people to hear, which is what you call a false prophet. The point is, though, I was watching this video on YouTube. This pastor has a podcast. He was making a great point about how this brother, it was two men talking, and this guy in front of a group of people was sitting there telling people certain things about how he feels about the Adam-Eve situation, Genesis 3. And for example, he sat there and said, if I was Adam, I would have sat there and walked up and knocked the apple out of her hand, saying, what you doing with that? Why you about to eat that? You know you ain't supposed to eat that, or whatever he said. But the whole point is this. He also said this, and I did my research yesterday. I never thought about this or knew this, but God told Adam, yes, I kept that in mind, but I did not know that Adam was only there by himself at the time. Eve had not yet been brought on the scene. I thought they both were there, but Satan was talking to Eve, then Adam was talked to by God. But God told Adam that face to face before God put Adam to sleep, and took a rib out of him and created one man. So what I'm saying is that what's interesting about the whole story is not just that people need to realize and understand, but the main key thing is that knowing that God told Adam that's why when Adam disobeyed him, the sin, that's why the world became the way it is now, because he disobeyed God. Now, what's really interesting too is this. I have to keep this in mind, and people in general, that God is a tester. God tests his people. The reason I know that is because two perfect examples, including this story where God tested Adam to see where his faith was and things like that. Because I was thinking to myself this morning, I said, what was the purpose and point of God creating that particular tree, knowing that it was going to be bad and cause Adam to bring damnation to the world if he disobeyed God, or when he disobeyed God? I was like, why would God sit there and even bring that into the midst? It's like, of course, God doesn't tempt his people, he tests people. But I was like, that's kind of strange, but I can keep in mind that God gives us free will. So that was the reason for doing that. So Adam got the choice to see if he was going to listen to God or if he was going to listen to his wife Eve, which he did. And that brings me to my last point. The main thing is this, that even if Adam didn't do it, who was put in charge and who God told directly not to eat from that tree or you will surely die, the other fact about it is this. The fact is that Eve herself, she was deceived and tricked by Satan, the devil, through the serpent, a snake. But the main point about it is this, that even if Eve did it, God punishes sin. He's just. He has to punish sin, no matter what it is, who does it. So we don't know exactly what would have been the case and things like that because it's not quoted in the Bible. But I know for a fact that the world would still be like it is now, even if Adam didn't sin, because God would have still had to deal with Eve. It doesn't matter who does a sin and what sin it is you did. You have to be punished and dealt with and give an account for what you did. So all that being said and done, that's just something deep to think about when it comes to that particular story in the Bible, because it has to deal with all our lives. And it's a really good, interesting story out of the book of Genesis to talk about and deal with. But basically, that's what I wanted to say. And like I said, the other guy didn't know what he was talking about. He was saying a whole bunch of foolish, stupid tail stuff that didn't make no sense. And I might share the link on social media today, because people in the audience themselves were sitting there shaking their head and laughing like, what is this guy talking about? That's nowhere in scripture what he's saying and talking about, so it makes no sense at all. But that's who you got to be careful for, those people who say stupid, foolish things that are against and not in the Bible, and can't take you to the Bible and show you what they're saying is true. Those are the people you have to be careful and watch. So that's all I wanted to say. Other than that, may God bless you. May you have a good, blessed week. It's hot out here. I'm probably gonna chill, call it a day, chill in the house and keep cool. But other than that, be blessed, take it easy, and God bless you and your family.